All right, we're live. Raider Nation, your buddy Murph back once again for an RFR Is Trippin with the myself, Murph, and the legendary Uncle Mosh.
What's up?
Uncle Mosh is he's driving this this RFR Is Trippin episode. Usually I'm over there, Mosh.
Man, the sun's right in my eyes.
It's right in our eyes, and we can't adjust barely our thing. I guess I can do like that.
Yeah, you can do like that.
I know like that. But then you can't see. I got the spotlight on me here, Mr. DeMille.
Cecil, I'm ready for my close-up.
I'm ready for my close-up. We got a couple people watching there.
Your head looks ginormous.
Yeah, the forced perspective. I'll just stay lean in here because I do want to read the chat. Okay, here we go. Happy Thanksgiving. Title Raider, what's up? Michelle Sweat says, great shirt, Mosh.
I know, right?
Yeah,
that's my Christmas gear. You know, the funny thing about it is only half on.
Yeah. If I put the camera down, there's it's kind of like a whatchamacallit. What do you call that?
It's like a belly cover.
Like a
and it's only half on because we were changing in my new ride, and I went with a small car so I could feel like a dang sardine.
Yeah. A crop top is what Title Raider said.
A crop top.
Yeah. Raider Tommy's in there. Happy Thanksgiving. First and foremost, happy Thanksgiving. Title Raider, Tommy, Michelle, any other names that I'm missing in there. Thank you for supporting Raiders Fan Radio each and every week, and happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I'm assuming that a lot of you are spending time at home with small gatherings is the way that the world is set up, and so whatever that gathering looks like for you, hope you're having a great time and being thankful for everything that we have to be thankful for in this amazing country of ours. Zach Brewer's in there. What's up, Zach Brewer? Happy Thanksgiving, brother. And hey, so Mosh, let me go with this. Jeff Murphy, Domenico's, what's up?
Domenico's.
Michelle says she just got done eating. Us too, man. We just got our groove on. Oh my gosh. So
my daughter-in-law,
she can cook now.
She can cook. She's married to Greg from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Who we are gonna make before the end of the year. We
might do it this today, now, before we get done.
If we have time.
Okay.
Because we had to make that promise before he let us eat.
Yeah.
But she can cook, man. She can cook, and just a spread that was. I can't remember eating that good on Thanksgiving since the last time we ate over there.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good, man. Had a deep fried turkey and ham and
smoked
biscuits.
Ribs. First time we've had smoked ribs for Thanksgiving.
So good. Corn pudding with jalapenos. It was phenomenal. Of course, Kathy KP's famous Jesus finger dessert, which was amazing. Pumpkin pie, apple dessert, like all kinds of stuff. It was amazing.
It was too much.
So now we're done eating. We've had a little coffee. I had a little bit of wine.
You did have wine.
I had a little wine.
I'm driving. I had no wine.
You didn't do the wine. I had the wine. I'm sitting shotgun, so I got to have a little
wine.
But
when we get to where we're going,
as the kids call it, a little nouveau Beaujolais.
Nouveau.
Yeah. And now we're on the road. Now we're gonna go toss the dice.
Yeah, I'll be doing some drinking when we get to our destination.
Yeah. There's gin and tonics at the crap table.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, but appreciate you joining us here. So, Mosh, let me say this: we got a great Thanksgiving today. So, first and foremost, Title Raider says, what's he say? Gonna beat my. Greg beat me by 3 in fantasy football. Awesome.
Oh.
That must be in the RFR Fantasy League. That's awesome. But we have so much to be thankful for this time of year. So first and foremost, always thankful for our faith and always thankful for the love and the grace that we've been given each and every day. Thankful for my family. Thankful for so many job opportunities, all the wonderful things in life. But Mosh, I'm also thankful that the Raiders have a winning record.
Oh my gosh.
The freaking Raiders, we were talking about this with Jeff yesterday, and I want your opinion. I gave the sentiment yesterday when Jeff and I were doing the show about how there are no such things as moral victories as players and as organizations. There can be as fans, but not necessarily for the team themselves. But coming away from that game that you and I watched together with my boys, we felt pretty good about what the Raiders were doing in that game, even though an L is an L. And my point yesterday was, well, that's fine that we as fans feel good about it, but I want the team to feel good about it. I want the players to feel, I want them to be pissed off still and willing to take away the positives that they need to, that they can build on to then get better going forward. How do you feel about that kind of sentiment, fan versus player, in terms of playing a good game but still losing in the end?
For 18 years, we've watched the Raiders And when we've lost, we've held our heads down as low as they are. We were as dejected as they were. We were as bummed and pissed off, and just another year of being defeated. And it wasn't that way. This was, and this is going to sound really screwy, but it was one of the more uplifting losses I think we've ever gone through. The fact that we are the only team that has beaten the Chiefs this year, and up to a minute and 43 left in the fourth quarter, we were ahead.
Yeah.
You know, we had them on the ropes. And I said to you, I go, this isn't as bad as it looks, because you're the football analyst in the family, and you go, man, it's Patrick Mahomes, and he's got the ball, he's got a minute 43, he's got a lot of time left. And I said, yeah, but he's taken all of his drives have been sustained drives that have taken a lot of times. I mean, the guy had 46 first downs, right? And who would have known that he would have scored in a minute and 12 seconds?
Unbelievable.
And left us with 28 seconds or whatever it was. I don't do math. But the point is that, there's a reason he's as good as he is, because the guy's just good. And I'm not one for giving props, especially giving props to somebody who's a sworn enemy of mine, but Patrick Mahomes played a hell of a game, and in that minute and 28 seconds or whatever it was, he showed out, man. He balled out, and
so what do you as a coach? So I being the coach, what do you tell your players?
So I take away from that. I go, guys, we played our hearts out. We had some mistakes, okay? It wasn't what the pundits were saying. Everybody kept saying, oh, it was a freak that they beat them the first time. Kansas City took them lightly, blah, 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 blah. This time's going to be a blowout. Well, you know what? It wasn't a blowout. We showed that we are a good team. And I don't think that I go back to Rocky and Apollo.
All right.
Rocky loses.
You gotta lose the first one.
Rocky loses the first one, and Apollo says, you ain't getting a rematch, and he says, I don't want one. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you right now, Kansas City don't want to play us again.
Ooh, come on, Mosh.
You know what I mean? They don't want to play, because that was the war. That was the two games with us are the two biggest wars they've had all year. So I take that away as it's not a moral victory. It's an L, but it's an L I can live with.
Awesome.
L for live with, not L for loss.
Nice.
Big difference.
Nice.
Big difference.
Love it, Mosh. That's good stuff, man. Chat room, let us know what you think. Who's in there? You Can't See Me. You Can't See Me joined us yesterday. Appreciate you jumping back in here again. Let's see. Who else is? I can't. Oh, there's the chat. Okay.
We're going west for those of you that can't figure it out. Yeah. We're going in the sun's setting, and we're going right into it. So Murph and I are having a little bit. I was napping as I was driving earlier, but
you had a good one. You had a seatbelt machine on and the whole 9 yards.
It was great.
Ron the Mater says happy Thanksgiving. Absolutely. Jeff Murphy, I love where we're at. We lost the defending champs last second. We're right where we need to be. Amen, brother. I think that's a good good takeaway. He also quotes Rocky Balboa. We went the distance. Absolutely. Yo, Adrian. And then Foxy Scorpio says, relax, everyone, I'm here. Okay, we can all bring it back down now.
Let me put my shades back on it.
Foxy Scorpio, sir. Appreciate you joining us, Foxy Scorpio. You know what else I'm thankful for?
What's that, buddy?
Max. What's up, boo?
Oh, my gosh.
Max is probably in there. Hi, Max.
If you detected a little disdain in my voice, it's because for the last 48 miles, I've had to listen to this one and the boo. And Max go,
oh, I miss you. No, I miss you more. No, I miss you the most. No, I miss you the most.
I do. What do you
geez, shut up and talk football.
All right. Time to talk some more football.
It's not like she's a donut or something.
All right. So I'm thankful for the Raiders having a winning record. All right. Donut. So let me tell you what else I'm thankful for, Raider Nation. I'm thankful that Derek Carr has gotten these monkeys off of his back.
Oh my
What's up, Matthew? These monkeys off of his back that, look, I know that the NL's an L and all that stuff. Michelle says that's a road trip foul. Sorry, Michelle. I got to.
Thank you, Michelle. I love you. You're the best. I love you, Michelle. That was a Max flashback.
So I'm thankful that Derek Carr is getting all these monkeys off of his back. I'm thankful for his performance in both the Chiefs games. I'm thankful for the fact that he won at Arrowhead.
Right.
He's putting up monster stats. He's, occasionally we'll see him do one of those throwaway plays that maybe we would have liked to have seen him, instead of throwing it out of bounds, maybe give somebody a shot at the back of the end zone. But those have been so few and far between, barely worth me even bringing up. I'm only bringing it up because, that's you got to really dig to find something to criticize the guy. Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider, what's up, Aaron? You got to really dig to kind of criticize Derek Carr. So I'm really thankful for what he's able to put together this season. And I think that it's understated. And we as Raider Nation, for as much as we have been willing to be, whether you want to call it criticism, asking questions, however you want to frame it, the fact that we were discussing what his impact was to this football team as a player and a leader, for that to have even been a topic for all the past couple of years, to then what he's doing now, then since we're so easy to be vocal about being critical, I think it's incumbent upon us to be vocal in terms of his play. Let's celebrate this guy as an MVP candidate. I think that is absolutely worth discussing because he's freaking balling out. What do you think, Marshall?
I think that it needs to be said that we are so far in the sticks in Tennessee that the next exit is Bucksnort.
Oh my gosh! I hear banjo music.
We ain't stopping.
All right, tell me something else that you're thankful for, Masha the Raider.
Okay, so I'm thankful for our leadership team from the top down.
Nice.
Man, and I know I'm a management homie.
But that's okay.
Hey, but that's
your gig. That's what you do.
That's what I do, And the fact that our owner has not seen a game in his own multi-gazillion dollar stadium. He says, if it ain't good enough for the people, it ain't good enough for me. Basically, and if they can't go, I ain't going. I love that. I love the fact that there are newscasters and news media and players and ball boys and everybody else that has seen a Raider game in Allegiant, and the guy that put it together, the guy that made that dream of the Death Star happen. It's like Spielberg or Lucas not going to see Star Wars.
Yeah.
And yes, Kevin, I did do a Star Wars reference all on my own, but still means I hate them. But the point is that and then take it down a notch. The everyday people that keep the Raider machine running, and I'm thankful for Gruden, I'm thankful for Mac, and I got to go down even lower than that. I'm thankful for the fans that are cutting them guys some slack finally and going, there's something to their team here. They're playing here. That's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for Raider Nation, who are, we're the most rabid fans out there, but we're also the quickest to turn.
We'll be self-critical real quick. Yeah.
But I think we're to the point where even if we don't end up having a great season, and if we lose a few more games, but we play like we played on Sunday, you're not going to see the same kind of attitude you would see as in years past. Yeah. You're going to go, okay, we lost, but we put up one hell of a fight.
Right? You don't see heads down. You don't see quit. You don't see those kinds of things.
We didn't tap out. You had to choke us into sleep.
Absolutely. Right on.
So there's a big difference.
Great point. And I also want to build a little bit on what Mosh said about Mark Davis. We kind of been saying this for a long time, that he's literally the biggest Raider fan that exists. This is the guy that grew up with this team and grew up a fan of players and lived with Cliff Branch, and you know what I mean? His best friends, his circle, his sphere of influence were the Raiders players themselves. And no one's a bigger fan than Mark Davis, and what Uncle Mosh illustrated there about how he's not going to a game. If that doesn't put that and you know what I mean? If that doesn't confirm that notion that because that's how he views himself. The guy is a freaking NFL owner. He's a multi-billionaire. Yes, billionaire. He's built them. Remember all the people that said he was broke? Well, that theory didn't last.
Yeah.
So now he's a multi-billionaire. He's the owner of one of the more valuable franchises in the league, and he's not going to the stadium because he looks at himself as a fan. When we met him, and you've all heard me tell this story, but last year when we met him at the Bolitnikoff dinner, that look on his face, the smile that came over his face when Cousin Sonny told him, I grew up listening to my dad tell me stories about your dad. He lit up. Like that's what motivates this guy is Raider fandom, and so I think it's awesome, Mosh. That's a great shout out. Chat room, tell me more, man. What are you thankful for about in there? A lot of Derek Carr comments in there. Jeff Murphy, I'm thankful for. Oh well, there's a little self gloss here. I'm thankful for Murph, Mosh, and Swaggy putting on a quality show every week and giving me my midweek Raider fix. Right on, brother, man. Hey, we're thankful for you, man. We're thankful for our newfound friendship with the Murphys and with the Domenico's family, man. To celebrate our Raider fandom and and our Italian heritage and just our whole overall sense of community and this little old town that we live in Middle Tennessee, man, has been really, really super cool. So, and we look, and I gotta tell you, man, as soon as we walked into your deli the first time and saw that Murphy number 12 with the Blue Raiders hanging up on the wall, and we knew we were and saw that we were a Raider picture, at least a picture of your family in Raider gear, we were like, okay, I think we just found our oasis over here. You know what I mean? So we're thankful for you too, brother. All right, let me do a couple of emails. I got some emails.
You're gonna do emails?
I'm gonna do emails because you can't, because you're driving.
Oh.
I mean, you could.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'll tell you what. I'll give you one to do. You ready?
Okay, ready to go. Murph, Mosh, enjoy your tripping. Raider Nation forever. Frank in NorCal.
There you go. Thank you,
right?
Frank.
Did I do that right?
That's it. That's all there is to it. Appreciate you, Frank.
Don't tell anybody I did that. That's like texting and driving or reading. No, I was.
It's a glance. It's like glancing at the nav screen over here.
Yeah, and I never took my eyes off the wheel.
You never did. We were watching you.
I've never had my eyes on the wheel.
Yeah.
Or my hands.
I'm secretly steering. Oh, hey.
I get them around the bottle.
I didn't know about your life. Okay. Raider Critique, what's up, man? Appreciate you, brother. And Super Him is in there. What's up, Super Him? All right, let me get to an email here. Murph, Mosh, Jeff, Vinny, and Raider Nation. I caught RFR 186 this evening and was surprised because Murph indicated there wouldn't be a show this week. I thought the Raiders played well enough to win against the Queefs, but after their last score, I was worried they left, Mosh was saying, they left too much time for the frog to work, which proved true. If it's any consolation, we beat them by twice as many points in their house as they beat us in ours. Nice call out. Not to beat a dead horse, but when Gruden was asked about the victory lap around Arrowhead, he should have said he did it all because there wasn't time to make a victory lap around Andy Reid. Raider Nation forever. Frank from NorCal, proud made man. All right, Frank, we appreciate you, brother. That's awesome. That's a good one. Yeah, so we didn't plan on doing a show yesterday. We planned on just doing this, but we wanted to test out that new software, and it worked. So if you want to watch us on the Facebook along with YouTube's, like while we're doing the tripping stuff, we can't do the Facebooks. But on our normal show, you can now, if you are friends with me on Facebook, we'll get it set up in the future with the page. But as of right now, it's just my profile. So look me up on the Facebook, Murph Murphy, M-U-R-F Murphy, and I'll friend you, and then you can watch it that way, or you can always just see us on the YouTubes. Good Lord, Washington versus Dallas, Foxy Scorpio says. I bet that's not a good game. Neither was the Texans-Lions, which we caught a few glimpses of, and it was a freaking beatdown, man. The Lions can never get out of their own way. Raider Flash! These Thanksgiving games are bummers, he says. But yeah, man, thanks, Raider Flash, thank you for calling. We played his voicemail yesterday. Call us 2 more times, brother, and you become a made man. And while I'm on that, before I get into this last one here, I'm thankful for you all, man. I'm thankful for all the supporters of Raiders Fan Radio.
Absolutely.
And all the Murph Fan Cave shows, all the amazing support you give us by listening, subscribing, watching. Like our video last night is already, I don't know, I think all 2,000 of you already watched it.
No kidding.
Something like that. It was well over 1,000 this morning when I looked. So thank you so much to all of you and what you do for us. And thank you for the contributions to the One Nation Foundation, all that stuff, man. It's absolutely awesome. We wouldn't do what we do if it wasn't for Raider Nation, man. And what we set out to do with this whole thing was to celebrate the fans, and you guys have always shown up for us. And so thank you so much for that. All right, one more I'm going to get to here. This is kind of a long one. This is our buddy Stacy Ruff Raider, the man who is familiar with the inside of the Clark County Detention Facility. And I'm not
the Nevada penal system's best.
Yeah, and I'm not telling any dirt on him because he told that himself on our show. Matthew is in there. Thank you guys for representing Raider Critique. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. Appreciate you, bud. Aaron, okay, ladies and gentlemen and nation, let's all give a round of applause to the best gang sports show on the internet. Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, Long Lost Sonny, Ron, Q, and crew. Like Denny Green once said, they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. I hate KC so much, I won't even eat at KFC. You can eat 3 helpings of Aunt Claria's ambrosia salad before I wish for the second one. Actually, I kind of cut off part of his email. I'm going to read about 9/10 of your email, Stacy, because I cut off like the last line over here. So if it sounds like I'm skipping around, it's because I screwed up when I copied this. Let's see. We're so much better than the 4-12 team we were for so many decades. Sometimes it sucks to know you're better, but not be able to get over that hump. But we are half of a Matthew McConaughey story away from being something special. How many times do we get to see Derek freaking Carr throwing away, not just being an MVP, but he gets 1 foot down and then gets a last pass 3 yards deeper? Okay. He was like when you shower after a hard day of daily doubles. So smooth and so cool. Mahomes, 10-15 was running for wanting to see our rough and tumble defense.
Maybe even Pat 15.
Okay. We almost choked the Penn 15 on that last drive, minus the phantom non-holding call. Oh my gosh. We did get screwed on a couple calls bad, yeah. Right? Absolutely. The biggest issue I have with all these Ronald McDonald freaks running up in our building, I mean, who ordered the McDonald's and when did they DoorDash the fat of the week? They can take all the laps we want. We have their number. We are sleeping well knowing we're almost there. You get to sleep knowing they are almost done. Many of the nations think I'm negative, but I'm not at all. It's like Samuel Jackson said, staring at the eye, asking you what is your deepest fear, or staring you in the eye, asking what's your deepest fear. We're not the 4-12 team. We're not the 8-8 team. We're off to see them and maybe beat them in the AFC, period. May I suggest we act accordingly and close out the end of the season with some good wins. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Gunther. Great knockdown. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm jumping all around, but I'm trying to keep up with this thing. Great knockdown. Best stop you had in 3 years.
He's talking about the ball that went out of bounds and Gunther hit it.
Oh, good call. Yeah. Okay. Great knockdown. Best stop you had in 3 years. Okay, I get it now. All right. Sorry, I'm a little slow. This is why you need to leave your badge at the desk. I have spoken. Happy Thanksgiving. The holiday doesn't start until Bing Crosby opens up the barn doors to the first Vermont snow, which from experience would kill half the crowd, and doesn't stop until Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Plaza. That's awesome. But 12-4 has a hell of a ring to it still. Let's go Raiders. Stacy Ruff still trying to pay respect to this Made Man t-shirt title. Long-time listener, never called because Google Voice would eat me alive. P.S. Nice miraculous recovery on the pseudo bye week. I mean COVID protocol. Almost like we balanced their bye week. If so, great play, Johnny. I'm sure Al says thank you. All right, good stuff there from Rough Raider. Yeah, that's
that bye week or the protocol.
Yeah.
You and I were actually having the conversation before. We did that about 3 different times during the broadcast. We're having the conversation that maybe these guys having to stay home and get a little rest, let their bodies heal a little bit. These guys that were on protocol, wasn't a bad thing. They still were able to get the brain work in. They still zoomed on the schemes and the setups and the walkthrough and all that stuff, but they weren't out there slamming and jamming, and it might have worked to our advantage a little bit.
I think there's a lot of merit to that. When he sat in your chair, he talked about that, about how he didn't want to sign with a team per se right away on running, and so it wasn't worth the wear and tear on his body to go through a training camp and to go through all that stuff. So and especially mid-season, like these guys are getting beat up, man. So I think there's a lot of merit to that, to the idea that the players got to rest, man. And so we'll see. I think that also, Mosh, we talked about this yesterday. Having Farrell off the field showed up. Like it was
yes, it did.
It was obvious to us that he was missed on the field in terms of the defense. But I love the way the secondary's coming together, man. That young secondary is no joke, and we're in the early stages of these guys' careers, man. We're talking rookies and second-year guys, aside from the Eric Harris and LaMarcus Joyners of the world. But the rest of these guys, man, they're all young. They're all young guys. They're going to be around a long time. And so got a lot to look forward to, got a lot to be thankful for this year. Okay, so we got Atlanta this week, Mosh. We got to take care of business. We already lost, one conference game. We lost, one division game. And then we lost one out-of-conference game in Tampa Bay. We don't want to... Now it's time, we kind of did all the losing we need to do. Indianapolis is the toughest probably game on our schedule from here out, but you never want to take anybody light, right?
But the way Indy played in that Green Bay game, those 9 penalties in a row. What was that? What was that? If you ever didn't get to see that, y'all, go back and watch the last 2 minutes of that Indianapolis Aaron Rodgers game. It was unbelievable. It was a defensive meltdown or offensive meltdown, and
Green Bay got back in the game because of all
it
that.
It was unreal. And if that's the Indy that shows up, well, we'll be happy with that. That'll be a walk. Now, Atlanta, I don't think we can take Atlanta lightly. I think we gotta go in there guns a-blazing against Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta's gonna be a pushover by any means. And we were all talking about, we had the hardest part of our schedule. I was driving with a buddy of mine who's a Cowboys fan, and we were going to a casino on Monday. Anyway, we just went for one day. So we were coming home. We were talking about the Raiders, and coming back. I was running through our schedule of what we had in the first half of the year, right? And he's like, yeah, that's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. And then I was going through what we had the second half, and he's like, okay, it's not as tough as the first, but it's not a walk in the park by any means. I mean, there's some of these teams that we're playing that have balled out this year. They haven't been
at times,
They haven't been great week in and week out, but they're going to be up for the Raiders.
They're going to be up for the Raiders, and that's the thing that no one's going to take us lightly anymore too. We're here, we announced it on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, we took an L, but we ran with the champs, man, and we ran well. Yep. So we're going to get people's best game from here out. Of course, it's the NFL, so you're always going to get a good game, but it's still Matt Ryan, it's still Julio Jones, it's still it's still the East Coast. I've been to Atlanta twice, 3 times.
3 times.
3 times. I've been to Atlanta 3 times to watch the Raiders play, and I've seen them lose every single time.
That's why you're not going this time.
That's why I'm not going. But thankfully, Michelle Sweat's going to the game, so hopefully she'll bring some RFR good luck down there. But yeah, man, and Kevin the Raider Nerd's going to be there, so hopefully he will bring luck for us as well. But yeah, man, it ain't no joke going to the East Coast, and we got to do it again. You guys remember what happened the last time we went and played at New York? Remember, we were supposed to win that game too, and we got our asses handed to us. It's not easy. It's nothing to be taken lightly. Yes, it looks favorable, but it looks favorable on paper. And so it should be fun. It should be a good game, and I look forward to it. And that's about all we got.
Wait! I got a shout out.
Well,
and we don't do shout outs.
No, we do respect around.
We do respect around here. A little respect to my buddy Will Compton.
What?
A little respect to my buddy Will Compton. Will got some playing time last week.
Okay.
And they said his name over the national airwaves.
No kidding.
I was listening to the Titans game. There wasn't much else going on Sunday, and I might have been on my way to your house or something.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, I can't remember the Titan that went out. It was an elbow or something anyway. And they go, yeah, now in for him is Will Compton, and blah blah blah. But I was like, yeah, go Will.
That's
because
cool,
the last we'd heard he was on the practice squad, and then he got cut, and then he's back. He's back, and they and got a big old shout out and was playing for the Titans. So good job, Will.
Right on, man. Yeah.
Nothing would make us happier than you breaking the RFR player jinx.
Yes.
If it has to be somebody,
yes.
Might as well be you.
Might as well be you, because for those of you that don't know, so every time we've had an active Raiders player on the show for an interview, they've either been cut or released. Well, it's the same thing, Murph. They've either been cut or not re-signed immediately that following off season. So let me see if I can name them all. There was Rashard Davis, the wide receiver. There was Obi Melifonwu. There was EJ Manuel. There was Keith Smith and long snapper Andrew DePaulo. All 5 of those guys got cut loose right after they came on our show. I told this to Will when we were in the car on the way to the fan cave, because I asked him if he wanted to come over and do the show, and he was like, yeah, cool. And so on the way over there, Swag's like, should we tell him? And he was like, tell me what? Like, he was like, what are you guys gonna try to like kidnap me or something? Like, well, yes, but we got this other thing too. But like, we're like, nah, dude, like everybody that we've ever had on the show gets cut, and you're actually coming to the place. Like, so just to warn you, a little heads up. And so sure enough though, like, of course he re-signed with the Titans, but then he got cut from the Titans. So, but he's still not a Raider. So we're still kind of 6 for 6.
Yeah.
That every time we interview a Raider, they're no longer a Raider. You know what I mean? But it is cool to see the boy Will Compton doing well.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, man, you want to get fired up, Raider Nation? You want your own little bit of bulletin board material? Go listen to the latest, I think it's the latest, either the latest one or the one before, episode of the Bussin' with the Boys podcast. Shout out the boys, no free shout outs. Go listen to that podcast. Travis Kelce's on there, and he's going to talk all the trash you're going to need to hear as a Raider fan to piss you off and get you motivated to hate the Chiefs even more. Like we even need that.
Yeah. It'd be like Andy Rude. But it'd be like, Fatty McFat going and wiping his feet with like, a Raider logo or something.
Yeah. Come on. All right, let's see what you got.
Nothing.
Oh, you got nothing. You
I'm trying to navigate this truck and I can't think.
Okay, navigate.
Okay.
You drive. Shout out to chat one last time. Tyler Raiders in there. He says interview Corey Littleton. Raider critique. Mike. I can't. Or Mike Ice. What's up, Mike Ice? Nice to see you. Michelle Sweat. Super Him is in there. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, of course. Appreciate all of you, man. Thank you again. Cannot thank you enough. We all got something to be thankful for, and so whatever that is that you're thankful for today, celebrate that, and thank you for supporting our show each and every week. And I guess that's all we got. We'll see you next Wednesday back in the fan cave for episode number 187 of Raiders Fan Radio,
where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side.
And we always talk about the Raiders. See you guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye, Raider Nation.
Go Raiders, beat the Falcons.